Ever wondered why vocabulary is so important for GRE? Well, it's simple. A strong vocabulary not only aids in enhancing your comprehension, but also amplifies your accuracy while responding to questions. It's like having a tool belt. The more tools you have, the more prepared you are to tackle any situation. In today's video, we're going to arm you with some of these tools. We'll be delving into the meanings, synonyms, and antonyms of a selection of words, some of which might seem familiar, others entirely new. But don't worry, we'll break them down in a way that's easy to understand and remember. We'll tackle each word methodically, making sure you grasp not just its meaning, but also its application. Our aim is to help you wield these words with precision, confidence, and ease. So are you ready to dive into the world of words? Let's start with our first word. Our first word for today is cacophonous. Cacophonous, an adjective, refers to a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. It's like a symphony where all the musicians are playing different songs at the same time. Synonyms for cacophonous include discordant, dissonant, and grating. Antonyms, on the other hand, include harmonious, melodious, and tuneful. Moving on, we have cadaverous. Cadaverous is another adjective used to describe someone who is extremely pale, thin, and bony, almost like a corpse. Synonyms for cadaverous include ghastly, pallid, and skeletal. When you want to describe the opposite of cadaverous, words like robust, healthy, and blooming come into play. Next up is the word calamity. Calamity is a noun that refers to an event causing great and often sudden damage or distress, a disaster. Synonyms for calamity include catastrophe, disaster, and tragedy. Antonyms for calamity are quite optimistic. Words like fortune, blessing, and success. Our fourth word is callow. Callow is an adjective used to describe someone, especially a young person, who is inexperienced and immature. Synonyms for callow include immature, inexperienced, and juvenile. On the flip side, antonyms include mature, experienced, and sophisticated. Lastly, we have candid. Candid is an adjective that describes being truthful and straightforward, frankness. If you're candid, you're honest and sincere in what you say or do. Synonyms include forthright, frank, and straightforward. Antonyms for candid are deceitful, dishonest, and insincere. These were our first 5 words. Stay tuned for the next batch. Moving on, our next word is capitulate. Capitulate means to surrender or give in, often after negotiation. Think of a general who capitulates after a long battle. The synonyms for capitulate include surrender, submit, or yield. On the other hand, resist, withstand, or defend are its antonyms. Next up, we have capricious. Capricious is used to describe someone or something that's impulsive and unpredictable. It's like a weather forecast that changes every hour. Synonyms for capricious include fickle, volatile, or unpredictable. Its antonyms are consistent, stable, or steady. The third word is caricature. A caricature is a picture or imitation of a person, but with certain features exaggerated to create a comic or absurd effect. Think of those funny drawings you see of celebrities with oversized heads. Synonyms for caricature include parody, mockery, or satire. Its antonyms include flattery, praise, or compliment. Our fourth word is cartographer. A cartographer is someone who creates maps. Think of the ancient explorers charting unknown territories. Synonyms for cartographer include mapmaker or topographer. There are no direct antonyms for this word as it's a professional title, but you might consider explorer or traveler to be indirect opposites, as they use the maps rather than create them. Finally, we come to castigate. To castigate is to criticize or reprimand severely. Imagine a strict teacher who castigates a student for not doing their homework. Synonyms for castigate include reprimand, rebuke, or scold. Its antonyms include praise, commend, or applaud. Well done. You've just added another 5 words to your vocabulary. Our next word is catharsis. Diving right in, catharsis is a term used to describe the process of releasing and thereby providing relief from strong or repressed emotions. Think of it as an emotional cleanse, a way to purge pent-up feelings. Synonyms for catharsis include purification and purgation. And on the other side of the spectrum, we have repression and suppression as its antonyms. Moving on, we have caustic. Caustic refers to something that can burn or corrode organic tissue by chemical action. It's used metaphorically to describe speech or writing that is intended to be hurtful, critical, or sarcastically biting. Synonyms include biting, acerbic, and mordant, while its antonyms are soothing, mild, and kind. Next up is cease. To cease is to bring or come to an end. It's like hitting the pause button but without the intention to play again. Synonyms for cease include halt, stop, and desist. Antonyms, on the other hand, include commence, begin, and initiate. Our 4th word is cede. Cede means to surrender or give up possession, power, or territory. It's like waving a white flag in a battle, signaling your surrender. Synonyms are surrender, yield, and relinquish. Antonyms include retain, maintain, and keep. Last but not least, we have chagrin. Chagrin is a feeling of irritation, marked by disappointment or humiliation. It's that sinking feeling you get when things don't go quite as you planned. Synonyms for chagrin include vexation, annoyance, and mortification. Antonyms, however, include delight, joy, and pleasure. Great job! You're well on your way to mastering the GRE vocabulary. Before we wrap up, let's quickly summarize what we've learned today. From cacophonous to cynical, we've delved into a broad spectrum of GRE vocabulary, unraveling their meanings and understanding their nuances. We started with cacophonous, a word describing a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds, and ended with cynical, referring to someone who has a distrustful view of human nature. Along the way, we explored capricious, illustrating unpredictability, chastise, meaning to reprimand severely, and conflagration, signifying a large destructive fire, among others. Each word, with its unique synonyms and antonyms, adds a layer to our expanding vocabulary. Remember, the key to acing the vocabulary section in the GRE is consistent practice. The words we've discussed today are just the tip of the iceberg. Dive deeper, explore more, and you'll find a world of words waiting to be discovered. Until next time, happy studying.